Hi, I'm Matt Hoots with SawHorse. I'm at the International Builder Show and Kitchen and Bathroom Show looking at what's hot for your home in 2020. All right, can you tell me a little about your handrail and guardrail systems?
Sure. So we've been in the handrail business for a long time. Most of what we had to date has been composite. Composite's a great substitute for wood. So much like the decking conversation, we've taken that same technology and applied it to railing. So these are not just decorative railings; these are guardrail systems to keep your family safe on the deck. So we over-engineer them, make sure they're very, very safe. We've evolved the design over time. We're introducing a new drink rail system this year, so you can use a deck board on top for a drink rail as an integrated part of the guardrail system. And composite really has helped drive conversion from wood too. I mean, anybody that's ever built a deck and used wood railing knows after a few years that thing doesn't feel so safe anymore, and rot's a problem. But even just getting it fast into the deck to begin with early on and having that be safe and code compliance a challenge. So all of our railing systems are engineered to be above code compliance. And again, composite's been a big part of that. Last year at the show, we introduced a new aluminum railing system. So a pre-panelized railing that's designed to be installed very, very quickly. All the same features and benefits of our other guardrail systems, but in an aluminum format. So people that want a more minimalist aesthetic and something that looks maybe a little bit more, I don't want to say industrial, but maybe a little bit more modern and less on the traditional architecture side, Impression Rail Express and that aluminum rail system it's been a great product as well. So we'll continue to evolve the railing systems as we've done decking. I think decking's probably a step or two ahead of rail when it comes to design. But if we talk again mid-year, we might have some new things to show you in that regard too that'll bring some of the same design ideas that we've seen on the decking side and have them executed on the rail side as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the things that I've seen, most people think about decks as being something that's in the back of the house. And when you mention code compliance on the front of the house, code compliance is not always the prettiest thing. So that's why I asked about the handrails. Yeah. They look nice on the front of the house and integrate really well with your system.
Yeah, interesting you mentioned that. So I think we all do sort of think of the back of the house and you say decking, but a lot of covered porches now, side porches, but the front of the house, the whole front porch thing has become a real focus for us. So we're trying to integrate a lot of the trim elements, the design elements that you see traditionally on the front of the house with classic porch architecture. So columns and posts and integrated rail systems to make one complete package on the front of the house as well. I get excited in talking about the design of decking, but unless you're standing on top of the deck looking down, you don't really notice the surface of the deck. But from just about any place that you look at a house, you're going to see the front facade, right? So all the railing becomes much more of a design element. So we're trying to incorporate as much of that design element to the railing systems, and like you said, integrating into the front of the house and the porch as well.
And I know we've spent a lot of time talking about decking and railing, but you guys also do exterior applied molding and trim work as well.
Yeah, the trim and molding part of our business is, it's not something that most consumers know a lot about because we don't, it's not really a product that lends itself to that sort of brand awareness, but contractors and dealers that have used it for years swear by it. I mean, that same cellular polymer technology that we use in the decking really came out of our trim and molding business. So these are products that have lifetime durability. They don't crack, they don't split, they'll never rot. Termites don't want to eat this stuff. It actually can be paintable, which is one of the things that people haven't really understood about our trim. They thought, well, it comes white, and it's designed to never have to be painted, so it'll stay white forever, but it actually can be painted. So one of the big trends we're seeing out there today is darker tones on trim, black paint, more darker browns, chocolate browns, and people have been reluctant to use PVC because they had the perception that it couldn't be painted. Well, with the vinyl safe paint technology that exists today, you can essentially paint your Azek trim any color you want and be perfectly comfortable that it's going to be done well. So we're excited about that product line as well. We're introducing a couple of new things this year. Essentially a pre-built soffit system along with some tapered columns that can be retrofit to an existing post. So if you've got a wooden post where the outside may have rotted, we've got a system that will clad over or skin that, not just in a straight format, but now in a tapered format as well. So some great things. The team just keeps coming up with good ideas, and we keep bringing them to market. So.
Well, we definitely appreciate the innovation because we're we build in the Southeast, we design in the Southeast, people still are using wood. And I know that's going to be an issue like 1 to 5 years down the road. So it's like, oh, that's going to be rotted out.
Yeah.
We have to replace it with PVC eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, I did that on my house. I had old wood trim, and I just said, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm not going to paint it anymore. The gutters had sort of backed up, and water had gotten in there. The soffits had rotted out. I said, I want to do this once, and I never want to do it again. And this is before I worked for the company. I put Azek up all over my house. It was beautiful, and I never had to worry about it again. So yeah, for folks that, maybe a little more budget conscious up front and don't want to, make the leap from wood to PVC, when you look at the replacement costs and the maintenance and upkeep of these things, it's money well spent. You'll more than get your money back out of it over the long term. So a little bit of money invested up front goes a long way.
Got it. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks for the interview.
Thanks very much.